Very good morning, students. Today lecture is very interesting because we are entering into fish world. Yesterday I told you that about the anathostomata, and today we are going to start our talking about the with the gnathostomata, where mouth is supported with jaw. It has two superclasses, which is Pisces, which has fins, which are aquatic, and another class, superclass is Tetrapoda. Now, Pisces has two further classes, Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. Now, so I already told you that we are going to enter into fish world. So today we are going to talk about soft fishes which are not so soft. They look so giant, also very big. Sharks, usually sharks and rays, they are included in this category. Chondrichthyes, cartilaginous fishes. So we are taking today class Chondrichthyes. Now, Chondrichthyes, they are usually marine animals, and about their body, what is so special about their body is streamlined, because we are calling them as a cartilaginous fishes. They have cartilaginous endoskeleton. That is the reason we call them as cartilaginous fishes. Notochord is present throughout the life. There is no problem at all with the notochord. Now, one major thing, please mark it, that no freshwater cartilaginous fishes. They are exclusively, mostly all are marine animals. They are found in marine water. No freshwater cartilaginous fishes. Their exoskeleton is covered with scales. And which kind of scales they are having? Placoid scales. Three types of scales we will discuss in bony fishes also. Here is only one scales we are talking about, that is placoid scales. Now they have paired yesterday in cyclostomata. There were paired appendages? No, they were having unpaired. They were having dorsal fin, two dorsal fin, and one caudal fin. So here they are having paired appendages or paired fin, which are pectoral and pelvic fins. Unpaired fins are two dorsal fins, one ventral fin, and one caudal fin. Now, one new characteristic, new feature about the caudal fin, that caudal fin in chondrichthyes or cartilaginous fishes is heterocercal. Heterocercal means it has these two lobes. As you can see that I am making these two lobes, which are caudal fin, and two lobes of this caudal fin, they are unequal in size. This one is larger in size and there is smaller in size. So these two lobes are unequal in size, and this is known as heterocercal. They have front mouth, that is the ventral mouth, and here is a very reduced first gill which play a very important role in respiration, as well as which play very important role in feeding also. Although their mouth is, you will find them little on the ventral side, मतलब कि एकदम सीधा नहीं मिलेगा आपको, नीचे वाली साइड पे थोड़ा मिलेगा. वेंट्रल माउथ है नीचे. डॉर्सल आपका पीछे वाला हिस्सा होता है, यहाँ पे वेंट्रल आपका पीछे नीचे वाला, जो आपको बिल्कुल अगर रेज, इफ वी टॉक अबाउट रेज, माउथ इज हियर, right? So there this reduced first gill, which is known as spiracle, it helps in your respiration as well as feeding. This is a very tiny opening which is a first reduced gill and known as spiracles. Very, 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 very important feature of our cartilaginous fishes, spiracles. And then they are having gill slits, right? They are having 5 pairs gill slits. Fin, not paired appendages: first dorsal fin, ventral fin, second dorsal fin, and caudal fin. They have scroll valves in intestine. Scroll valves are just like the villi as present in our intestine. In our intestine we are having villi for absorption. Here cartilaginous fishes, they are having scroll valves for the maximum absorption. Modified placoid scales, they are our exoskeleton structure. So their modification give rise to teeth. So teeth are, that is why we are saying teeth are modified placoid scales. And usually ये पीछे वाली साइड होते हैं. They are directed backwardly. पीछे वाली साइड आपको दिखेंगे एकदम से, not on the tip. They are going, their direction is towards the back side, right? When you look at the mouth, these animals are great predators because of their powerful jaws. So one confusion is very clear, that here mouth is supported with the powerful jaws. Respiration is through gills, and whenever respiration is through gills, this kind of respiration is known as branchial respiration. I told you that gill slits, they are, if this is we are making our fish, then gill slits, they are here. They are 5 to 7 pairs, and there are the spaces between these two gills, and these spaces is known as, the space between two gill is known as slit. So slit is basically a space between two gills, and they are not covered with operculum. Operculum is usually which protect the facial structure. It is a bony structure which protects the gills as well as the facial structure also, but it is not present in cartilaginous fishes. So operculum is absent in your cartilaginous fishes, because when we are going to talk about your bony fishes, then this comparison is going to play very important role. Now exception, but there is one exception: bony fishes as well as chimera. Chimera, they are having gill slits which are covered with operculum, but other cartilaginous fishes, they are without operculum. So if you are asked that write down or choose the correct answer, that which cartilaginous fish has gill slits covered with operculum, what will you mark? Chimera. Air bladder. Now air bladder or swim bladder is absent. नहीं मिलेगा ये आपको cartilaginous fishes में. So that is the reason they have to swim constantly to avoid sinking. Basically buoyancy जिसको हम बोलते हैं, balance और basically ability to stay or I will say ability to stay in the water current. एक floating organ or air filled organ should be there if they have to stay in the water, but that is absent in the cartilaginous fishes. That is why they keep on moving constantly, so that they should not sink. So to avoid sinking, they are constantly moving or swimming. Circulatory system, again here the same scenario. Two chambered heart is there, one atrium and one ventricle. But one more term I'm going to add here now. With respect to, even they are having main two chambers, that is auricle and ventricle. In addition to these, there are two additional or accessory chambers which are known as sinus venosus, first chamber of the heart which receive the blood and then pass on to the atrium. And then there is the last one which is very close to ventricle, that is conus arteriosus. So two accessory chambers, sinus venosus, first chamber of the heart, as well as conus arteriosus, upper part of your ventricle. So main two chambers, atrium and ventricle. Accessory chambers, we are going to call them accessory chambers. Two accessory chambers, sinus venosus and conus arteriosus. They are having single circulation heart. Blood is entering into heart only once. So blood passes through heart only once. So fishes are having single circulation heart. But one catching point here is blood which is entering into heart is deoxygenated, and those heart in which blood is deoxygenated, they are known as branchial heart or venous heart. So heart of cartilaginous fishes is known as branchial or venous heart. They have very well developed renal portal system. If you recall, we have done portal system, hepatic portal system, renal portal system, and it means going through via something. They are not directly going to heart. They are taking some intermediate route. Means they are going via something and then reach to heart. So renal portal system, renal, it means blood from caudal vein. Caudal vein के around पास में होती है, ये tail के around में. So from the caudal vein in the tail to kidney. So blood कहाँ से कहाँ जा रहा है? Blood from the caudal vein, it should go back to heart. But no, it is going to kidney via renal portal vein before returning to heart. मतलब सीधा हार्ट के पास जाने की बजाय बीच में से किसी और के पास होके आता है. So this type of system, when kidney is there, so this is known as renal portal system, or I will say when renal veins they are involved or renal portal veins are involved. They are cold blooded animals. They are poikilotherms. कल ही हमने किया है कि cyclostomates they are also poikilotherms. Same जो हमारे cartilaginous fishes हैं, they are cold-blooded. It means they do not have capacity to regulate their internal body temperature according to the outside environment. Such type of animals are cold-blooded and they are poikilotherms. Examples here. Now few cartilaginous fishes we are having, that is electric. They are very good predators. So here very special organs are developed, that is called electric organs. They can produce electric current, and one of the very famous example is torpedo. It is known as electric ray. It can produce a particular amount of current for its defense as well as for to attack on others, right? Usually they are the most coolest animals. Few cartilaginous fishes, they have poisonous sting, and that is known as stingray. So rays and sharks, that is why I told you that कभी भी confuse होना ही नहीं है. Rays and sharks, they are very very closer to each other. Belong to which category? Chondrichthyes, right? They belong to chondrichthyes. So here stingray, which have poisonous sting here, one single tail poisonous sting here, and that is the trigon. Torpedo, दोनों टी से हैं, so confuse नहीं करना है. Torpedo is electric ray. They are unisexual. Sexes are separate. Now they can be oviparous, they can be ovoviviparous, they can be viviparous also. So oviparous means they will lay few fishes, they are only will lay eggs. But some of them are ovoviviparous. They lay eggs, no doubt, but they keep these eggs inside the body. And when the eggs hatched into young animals, then they are going to come out from the body. And one of the very common example is dogfish, Scolidion. Scolidion is known as dogfish because it has strong sense of smell, and we know that dogs, they are having very very powerful sense of smell. So power of smell, it can smell food, that is the reason it is known as dogfish. Scolidion is our ovoviviparous, which lay eggs but keep these eggs inside the body. Viviparous, they give birth to young ones. Sawfish, there is one example here, that is sawfish. If you look at this structure, it is like a sharp wooden tool. It is like a basically sharp tool which can cut any even wood structure, very sharp tool like structure. So that is the reason it is known as sawfish. Hammerhead, Zygena. Zygena is known as hammerhead because of its structure of its front mouth. It looks like a hammer. So Pristis and Zygena, they are viviparous. One more time, they can be oviparous, they can be ovoviviparous. Ovoviviparous, very specific example, Scolidion. Viviparous, Zygena and Pristis. Pristis is commonly known as sawfish. Then hammerhead, Zygena. Now males. In males, pelvic fins, these pelvic fins, they bear claspers, and these claspers, they are like as there is a testis in human beings, right? Testis in other classes. So clasper is a kind of appendages under the abdomen of males, and their function is to deliver sperm inside female. No clasper is there in females. Fertilization is internal. Scolidion, Pristis, then our stingray, as well as torpedo, these are the examples of cartilaginous fishes. One of the very beautiful example, great white shark, that is great white shark, Carcharodon. Carcharodon, it is a great white shark which is example of chondrichthyes. So here, that is all about our which fishes? Cartilaginous fishes. They are also called soft fishes. Their body is soft because of the presence of cartilage, and they are having placoid scales, and modified placoid scales are teeth. They can be oviparous, they can be viviparous, they can be ovoviviparous, right? So please go through these examples very carefully, and then tomorrow still we will remain with the fishes only. We will discuss about bony fishes.